Hi, welcome to another episode of Hot Takes. Now, we've always said that Rayner can't build her 1.5 million houses. Everybody in the industry said it. Well, the latest to say this is Steve Turner, who's the executive director of the Home Builders Federation. And of course, he's now said it's impossible. She may as well give it up. At best, she'll manage half that number, he says, at best. And he's laid out several reasons why. And of course, most of those reasons we all know, they're ones that we've gone over before. Basically, haven't got the supply line, can't get the planning through in time, and ultimately haven't got the tradesmen. But he also pointed out another rather difficult reason, for building these houses. Builders only want houses that they will sell. They only build them knowing they're going to sell. And they're very reluctant to pour capital into a building that won't sell. Unfortunately, with the effect of inflation and wages not matching it, people are finding life ever so more poverty-stricken. They don't have as much money as they would like. Bills going up. Interest rates are likely to rise again, even though they come down very slightly. Once inflation bites, they're likely to go back up again. There's also affordability on mortgages becoming much, much more difficult. The mortgage lenders are becoming more careful because they don't want to risk losing, defaulting on debt and so forth. So they're becoming more careful, more risk averse. And so the thresholds for meeting a mortgage become increasingly further out of the reach of people, particularly first-time buyers. Now, the other reason, of course, is that Rayner wants a lot of community housing, social housing, rental properties, and so forth. Now, again, the builders don't make a lot of money on those. In fact, very little indeed. They're very little over cost. The basic rule is whatever you pay for the land, you pay that much again to build, and the third you add on the third cost as well, which is the builder's profit. A third. So it's land, the build, and the profit, which is nice if you've got a nice big house that you're going to sell on the commercial market. But when your profit is only, say, 5%, don't forget you've got to factor in your overheads, and that's 5 or 6% is basically what the profit margin is on social housing, because it can only go at a certain price that the government say it's going to be. Now, how do builders normally get around that? Well, they say, okay, we'll build 50 houses here. We'll make 5 of them social housing. We'll absorb the cost of that into the bigger spread, but we're still going to make all our money on the others. Generally, that works quite well. However, if they're not building those others because they don't want to invest the capital in houses that might not get sold, they certainly ain't going to be building social houses. And that is what is likely to happen now. This is what Steve Turner is saying. The market is turning against buying houses. Even though they're desperately needed, they don't have the economic conditions to build them. It's yet another nail in the coffin of the 1.5 million homes that Rayner says she's definitely going to build. Well, I'm going to tell you now, you're definitely not. Thanks very much. Goodbye.